September 23rd, 2019. My mother denies climate change, and worse yet, is trying to guilt me into not asking people to make changes before we are all doomed. Here's the text. I have a personal request. Please don't encourage people to vote for politicians that are saving the environment. These organizations are just trying to get people worried in the hopes they will send money. It is just a money-making scam. The climate has been changing from the beginning of time. It is cold, then it is hot. God is in control. The politicians pushing this are mainly Democrats. Democrats are also pushing to take our guns and socialism. They will protect trees, turtle eggs, etc., but not babies. Many of your supporters are Christians with Christian values, and they are Republicans. By your pushing voting for Democrats, you will lose their support. Just stay with your protect the cats agenda and don't get involved with the other. Please, in all caps. I am begging you. Thanks. I just don't think there's any point in answering that. Meanwhile, I spent over an hour talking to one of our people who was thinking about taking a job at another sanctuary that is offering $75,000 for what Jamie and I are paid $50,000 to do. Dear blank, I don't know about you, but every time I leave a conversation, I kick myself for days with everything I should have said. You said you felt taking on the role of sanctuary leader elsewhere was more of a career path, although I think you may have meant more of a legacy path than being what you feel to be just I gave her a job here. Trying to put myself in your shoes is hard because I have the benefit of being in that role that you think would be your dream. And I know it's jaded by my personal goals, which are to end the trade in big cats and create a world where they all live free. That may not be your ultimate goal, only you know. It is certainly not the goal of any other exotic cat sanctuary I know of. Some pay lip service to the idea, but none of them puts any meaningful amount of time or money into actually doing it. In fact, you will hear most of them trying to tell other sanctuaries that it isn't allowed. They will lose their nonprofit status and all other sorts of scare tactics to excuse themselves from doing the important work. This person's fundraiser thought that it was illegal to spend any money on efforts to change laws to protect cats. Howie told her the percentages that are allowed by law, roughly 20% with caveats, but I doubt we will see any change there. If your legacy is to say you ran a shelter that cared for some cats and after they lived miserable lives elsewhere, then any of the facilities could offer you such a position as their founders burn out or die. I believe the other organizations' founders and boards believe they will no longer be relevant if the problem is solved. So even if you wanted to replicate the work of Big Cat Rescue, it's not going to happen. If your legacy is to say that you changed the world forever, to make it a place where big cats were not bred for life in cages, then there is nowhere for you but Big Cat Rescue. Just because I can make it happen with or without you does not diminish the value you bring in reaching that goal. Every time I have to rearrange the seats on the bus, it is disruptive and sets us back. But because we are driven to making a real difference, we make it happen. I hope you will come away from this with a real passion to be part of our team. If you're enjoying my diary, please like, share, and subscribe. You can find other ways to connect to me over at bigcatrescue.org/Carole.Baskin.